Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community in 7 Questions with Emmy.
Welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy, and happy Veterans Day. Today I'm talking with Gary Sinise, an actor who appeared in Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, Truman, and other movies and TV shows. He's won an Emmy Award, Tony Award, a Golden Globe, and was nominated for an Academy Award. Gary founded the Gary Sinise Foundation, which helps veterans, defenders, first responders, and their family. Gary, thanks so much for being with me today.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Emmy. Thanks you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's get started with the questions. Question number 1. Today is Veterans Day here in the United States. Why is this day so special for you?
Well, for me, I have many veterans in my family. I have many veteran family members. Veterans Day goes back to the end of World War I. My grandfather served in World War I. He was an ambulance driver in France during World War I, and all the battles and conflict hostilities ceased in World War I on November 11th. 1918. Actually, it was the 11th. It's the 11th day of the month, and at the 11th hour, hostilities ceased, and they called it Armistice Day until 1954. I mean, when after the Korean War, here Congress changed the word armistice to veterans, and made it a day to honor all America's veterans. And that started, so it went from Armistice Day to Veterans Day in 1954. And with so many veterans in my own family, it's always a special time for me to be able to celebrate and pay tribute to the men and women who serve our country, who defend us all. We are free because we have people that are willing to defend us. And, it starts with me, with the veterans in my own family, and then goes out from there to all the veterans that I've known and worked with over the years. And it's just a very, very special day to celebrate our freedom providers.
Question number 2. What do you like best about acting?
What do I like best about acting? Well, I started acting in high school when I was about 16 years old, and I fell in love with it then. And I fell in love with it because I felt free when I was on stage. I did a play and I had a couple of lines. It was a small part, and I felt very free and to have fun. I liked the community of the theater actors and all of us working together on stage. And I also felt like I found something that I kind of instinctively could do. And it started there when I was in high school, and probably back in the 70s, 1974. And it was even earlier. I started a theater company in 1974, and that's where I really learned how to act, is working with the members of the theater company. But I enjoy acting because I found something I was pretty good at. I could do it. I enjoyed the work that we did with our theater company. I liked playing different characters and all of that. Over the years, I've done quite a bit of it.
Can you tell me about your first big break into acting?
Well, my first big break? The first thing I did was, as I said, in high school on stage. But if you mean the first big break, there were several steps along the way. Maybe the first time I moved a play from Chicago to New York, and we started getting a lot of attention for the play. It was a play called True West that I did with my friend John Malkovich, and a fellow actor from my theater company. And we had a good time there. That was back in the early 80s. And then about 10 years later, a little over 10 years later, I auditioned for Forrest Gump to play Lieutenant Dan. And I had only done a few movies before playing Lieutenant Dan. But I guess if you had to ask me what the first big moment was that sort of changed my acting career and turned it into, a bigger bigger thing. It was probably be that movie, Forrest Gump, because it was seen by so many people and got a lot of attention.
Have you ever been to Idaho and tried our famous potatoes?
Yes. I have been to Idaho and I have tried the potatoes. In fact, what town, where are you in Idaho?
We're just in Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Oh my gosh. That is where my sister lives.
What's your sister's name?
Lori Egbert.
Maybe we know her.
Maybe you do. So I have little nieces and nephews and lots of family up in Idaho. Lots of people. So I've been there. My parents used to live there. I know the area. We've actually built a couple of homes for our wounded service members in Idaho.
Maybe I know some of your nieces and nephews. Maybe they're in my class at school.
Well, I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if they are. Anyway, they're there, and I've been to Idaho Falls, so I know that area, and I've had the potato.
Potatoes are yummy.
Do you like the potatoes?
Yeah, I love them.
Well, there's nothing. There's no better potato than the Idaho potato, right?
Yeah. A lot of people know you for your acting roles, but you also started the Gary Sinise Foundation. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, the Gary Sinise Foundation. Well, the Gary Sinise Foundation was started because I wanted to help veterans, and I wanted to help our military, and I wanted to help our firefighters and police officers and emergency service personnel, and just help the people that help us, right? They look after us, right? Our military defends our country, our first responders protect our cities. And so I wanted to do something for them. And I'm, with so many veterans in my own family, I have a lot of respect for our veterans. And I remember back in the 1970s and 60s, when our veterans weren't treated very well, I wanted to do my part to show my appreciation to our veterans. They deserve our respect. They deserve our appreciation. They deserve our support. And so I created the Gary Sinise Foundation so that our fellow citizens could join the Gary Sinise support team and help us to help our veterans. And so now we have thousands and thousands of our fellow citizens go to our website, GarySiniseFoundation.org, and they will donate, and they'll lend a hand, they'll volunteer, they'll help us with materials to help build our homes. They'll raise money for the foundation, all kinds of things, so that my staff at the foundation can go out there every day and do a little more to help our veterans. They deserve it, and we want to help them. So that's why I started the Gary Sinise Foundation. And now I hope the foundation just keeps going and going and going and helps a lot of people in the coming years.
My great-grandpa cooked food for people in the Army.
He does. Fantastic. Well, that's a very, very important job, because if our service members don't like the food, they're not in a good mood.
Yeah.
So it's a very important job, very important. So you tell that's your great grandpa?
Yeah, but he passed away.
Oh, he did. Well, we appreciate him and what he did for our military and serving our country.
What have you learned working with our service members and veterans?
Oh, so many different things. I've been inspired by them and motivated by them. I've met people that are really going through tough times because they served our country. We're in a difficult time now. We've had people deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq, and they've gotten hurt, and they've gotten killed, and their families have lost loved ones. And I've seen these families go through very, very difficult times, but meet that with a resilient attitude, and sometimes it can be very difficult for them. I've been to the military hospitals very, very often, many, many times over the years. And I've seen a lot of people that have been hurt because they serve in the military. They've gotten hurt in battle, or they've gotten hurt in accidents or something like that. And they need our support. And, you know, them going through very, very challenging times in the hospitals, and how they persevere and get through that has been very, very inspiring to me. I've learned a lot. And it's helped me with our own challenges. You know, we all face challenges in life, right? We all face difficult things. You never know what's coming around the corner. Life could change at an instant, and you will have to find your way through a difficult situation. But you can learn from people who have been through those situations and overcome them. And I'm very grateful that I have so many friends who have inspired me in the military and in the first responder community. It's made me a better person, a better man, a better American. I wrote a book a couple of years ago. I wrote a book called Grateful American, and so much of it is about my journey to supporting our military every day, and what that journey was like, and what inspired me to do that. And so many of the people have motivated me and just given me something to shoot for. And I just want to be a good person and try to take care of people.
I hear you're pretty musical. Have you ever been in a band?
Oh yes, I'm in a band now. So I had my first band when I was about in 6th grade. What grade are you in, Emmy?
I'm in 3rd grade.
3rd grade. Okay, well, I got my first guitar when I was in 4th grade. And that's when I started playing guitar. And then I had bands in 5th and 6th grade and 7th grade and 8th grade. And all the way through high school, I played music. And then I really got busy with my acting and kind of didn't play for a while, but picked it up again in the late 90s and started playing. And then after our country was attacked on September 11th, 2001, and our military started going to Afghanistan and Iraq, and I just wanted to help them. So I started visiting them, and I had some people that I played music with. And so I put the band together, and we started going on military bases and playing for them, and raising money with the band, raising spirits, playing good music. We're a cover band, so we play a lot of songs that everybody knows, because I just want to play a little something for everybody. So if you go on the Gary Sinise Foundation website, GarySiniseFoundation.org, and you go to our YouTube channel, you can scroll around there on the YouTube channel, and you'll see videos of the band and videos of the different things that the Gary Sinise Foundation does. My band, I play for free. I just do it for the mission. I don't make my living at it. I make my living as an actor. But I play for the troops. That's why I do it. And I played hundreds of concerts, and it's all for me about delivering a message of support and lifting people up and making them feel good with the music. And we played hundreds of shows, and it's a really good band. I think you'll like it if you go check us out on YouTube.
I will.
Please do.
Now it's time for some bonus questions. Are you ready, Gary?
Okay.
Can you tell me something we would be surprised to learn about you?
Something you'd be surprised to learn about me. Well, I don't know if you'll be surprised, but I love Italian food.
Like Olive Garden food?
Italian food is my favorite food.
No. I like Italian food. That's
Do you like Italian food? What kind of Italian food do you like?
I like noodles.
Yeah, like spaghetti?
Yeah, and I like breadsticks too.
Oh yeah, where do you go? Is there a good restaurant that you go to in Idaho Falls?
We go to Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. They've got plenty of. My sister goes to Olive Garden too. I know they've got plenty of Italian food there. I love Italian food. It's my favorite food. I was watching a program last night that was all about a fellow actor that I know who's just going around Italy eating food. And it made me really hungry. And it reminded me how much I like Italian food. I don't know if that's something that people don't know, but now they know. Italian food is my favorite food. I have to be careful though, because you put on the pounds.
There's also a pizza place called Lucy's Pizza that's really good.
Oh yeah, I love pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and pasta, too good, but it puts on the weight, so I got to be careful.
What's your dream acting role, and who would you want to act with on a movie or a TV show?
Oh gosh. Well, there was one role that I was looking at quite a while ago. There was a great American hero, Medal of Honor recipient named Jimmy Doolittle. And he led in World War II after our country was attacked at Pearl Harbor by the Japanese. The Japanese came in and bombed our military base at Pearl Harbor. Jimmy Doolittle commanded a raid and they were called the Doolittle Raiders, and they took airplanes and they put big bombers on aircraft carriers, and bombers aren't usually on aircraft carriers. They're much smaller planes, but they did this because they wanted to get close to Japan, and then they wanted to go into Japan and drop bombs, and they led a very daring raid. And at one point, somebody was talking to me about playing Jimmy Doolittle in a movie. And I was hoping at some point that it would come together and that I'd get to play the colonel, but I didn't get to do that. He received the Medal of Honor for what happened then. And it was a very heroic mission by a group of great Americans. So that was one thing that comes to mind. There's probably other things, but that's one.
This is the last bonus question, okay, Gary?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What advice do you have for me?
Oh, I think you seem like a very good person to me. Like you're very kind and very nice. And, I think that's one of the great things that we can do for our fellow man is just to be kind and courteous and loving and supportive, and to find ways that we can help each other, because it can be a difficult life. Some people have it harder than others, and there's probably always somebody that's going through a worse day than you are. So I think you seem like a very good young lady, and that you're on your way to a great career in journalism, it seems. Is that what you want to do with yourself? You want to have interviews and have your own show and stuff?
Yeah, I want to be a mommy and I want to be a journalist.
That is wonderful. Those are two good things. Especially being a mom, because my mom, I'm fortunate that she's still with us, and she was always a very good mother. And my daughters are very good mothers. My wife is a very good mother, and they're very important people in this life. So that's very good. And then writing stories and interviewing people can be a very fun thing to do. So I wish you well with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for talking with me today, Gary. Remember, we post a new 7 questions interview every Thursday, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 questions with Emmy.